Alrighty, guys, it is your boy RPG Fans Only Show here, and today we are back with another playthrough or another run, is what I'm gonna call these. They're gonna be quick runs of just games that I've played in the past, and I already know how they roll. So today's game is a very unique game that I played before a couple times in the past when I was really young, actually pretty broke and pretty poor on money. One of these games that I bought for like $4 and continually played till I figured out how to get the game down packed. Unfortunately, I have never beaten the game, and I've tried, so hopefully I can maybe get back into it and maybe beat it today. This game is not particularly a really hard game, just some platforming parts in this game are pretty difficult. So this game is one of a kind. It's very unique, actually. This game is an action RPG mixed with a platforming game, um, mixed with. It's really difficult to put a genre on this type of game because it is an action RPG platformer, which is rare in any case because you never really see those two get put together unless you're talking about the NES. But for the Game Boy, that was really rare to see. So this game was a Japan only game. That's why it's called Chachamaru Abyss no To. No, Chachamaru Boukenki 3 Abyss no To, aka Tower of Abyss. And it's made by Human Entertainment, Human Corp. We're gonna go ahead and do a new game here just to delete my old run. I'm gonna miss that file, but it's fine. So you start off as Chachamaru, and he did have another spin-off game for the Game Boy as well, which is like some type of puzzle game. That one's garbage. Don't even touch that. But anyways, this one is the more definitive version. Pretty hard. A lot of things I want to talk about the game is that the battles in the game are kind of confusing at first because you can't actually see what the fuck is going on, and enemies don't really have patterns. But if you attack enough, they will move, and it's once I get into battle and once I start getting throughout the game, I will actually start telling you and showing you off some cool things about this game. You do have a run feature by pressing the B button. You can run by holding the B button. You can run. I mean, there you can also jump on the overworlds. So the overworld and battle obviously play in two different areas. For it being an action RPG, it's kind of one of those random rare type of gems that's Japan only made. I like Japan only games, so I'm gonna try to get into this game a little bit. You're gonna hear me button mashing a lot because you gotta attack really fast in this game. Because some enemies will, because of their strange patterns, they can attack you while you're moving to go and attack them. So it's really a hit and miss game. But so far, it's pretty good. This game might confuse you at first because once you actually get into the tower, most people don't know what to actually do. So here we are. Like I said, it plays off as an action RPG and a platformer. So platforming parts are played on this type of field aspect, where you can jump around and do things like that and run by holding the B button and pressing A. Um, and so we couldn't make it to that door. So you can actually fall to your death if you go all the way to the left. I mean, to the right of the screen. If I continue to fall off of the right of the screen, I can actually fall to the end of the tower and die here. So each of these rooms, you might think I'm repeating myself by falling down, but what's actually happening is that that's a different each of those doors that you just seen, those platforms, was a different floor that led to a different door. Um, and each floor has its own set of platforming skills and rules and such and such. Um, and so now that I showed that off, I can actually get into actually playing the actual game. So we got to go through this cutscene all over again. But yeah, this game was a human entertainment game. They went on to make a couple of other games for the SNES specifically. But this was one of the little hidden gems that stayed in Japan, but really should have seen a Game Boy release because it's a damn good game. Story behind it is that his parents basically couldn't take care of his ass anymore because the hard times are coming and this guy's over here fucking shit up. So they just had to leave. And so he went on a trip to figure out where his parents went because they disappeared and to also defeat the evil Lord Babidi. Pretty good soundtrack. Overall, pretty good game. Um, there's some context in the game you can read if you want to. I don't really care for it. Um, but yeah, you're always gonna fall when you get to that point. So we're gonna drop down on every floor um, as best as we can. And so right here, You can't really do much right here. There's doors, which you will get keys for and stuff like that. Here's the menu system. So this is your status. Like I said, it is an RPG. This will show you how much damage you do and how much defense you have, as long as with your HP or XP experience points. So you need to get to 100 experience points to gain our next level. Um, and so yeah, so your inventory is, this is bread right here. This is a healing item. We won't really be using it because in a minute there will be a little part where there's a waterfall. We'll just be getting our health from there. We can just instantly, infinitesimally, I don't even know how to say that word, get free. It's basically a heal spot. And so we won't be using bread unless we're on some really long platforming, because there's some pretty long platforming spots in this game that are kind of annoying. So you can already see some of the enemies here. You can't actually attack them on the overworld screen. As you can see, both of your buttons are strictly to jump and run. So you actually have to get close to the enemies and talk to them. And no, you can't jump over enemies. You would think, but your height isn't enough. This is strictly for platforming parts. But you can actually do what I like to call the hover jump, or basically the hover maneuver. There you go. It's a hover maneuver where you jump and you can actually maneuver in mid-flight into two different tiles at the same time. So this is one tile, this is two tiles, that's three tiles. So I can actually, from this tile alone, jump onto the third tile that quickly. So it's a quick maneuver that you might want to be using a lot. And so yeah, I can't do nothing in this area either. There will be chests hitting that throughout the entire game. That's where you get your keys and sometimes your armor from. You will get armor from enemies from killing them. They will drop armor occasionally. Okay, we're gonna drop down to the third floor, and this floor has three chests, and they all have good items. So we're gonna go ahead and pick all of them up, and this will increase our attack and defense for the first couple of enemies, which is really gonna be a slime and a couple of mummy guys who do a little bit more damage. And these guys, all these enemies, the difference between that one looks like an eye slime from fucking Dragon Quest. Um, yeah, but the real difference between all of these enemies is that some enemies do more damage than others. But you really couldn't tell that based off of experience. You'd have to fight in battle. And sometimes in battle, what they did with the battle system is that they allow you to leave the battle whenever you need to. So you're not stuck in a constant battle having to run away. There's actually a perfect way of escape. So that's another thing. So you can't open up any of these doors. I'm just gonna show that off for you. So like I said, every one of these doors leads to another floor. So this is the floor that we'll be remaining on for the good first part of this game, first run. Like I said, so you can run from battle and not actually have to fight. But you're gonna need to fight in order to get experience to take on some of the enemies later on in the game. So you're probably wondering what the hell is happening. Chachamaru has this attack that's invisible. That you can't see, but you can indicate when by blinking enemies, which as you can see have no pattern. So you can tap it or you can hold it, and holding it is your most definitive one, but sometimes you can tap for better damage. And so to leave the battle, you just leave the square. And like I said, enemies will drop armor and such that you can use to pick up, and you will be picking up keys and stuff like that. So you don't need a key for this door. There is an enemy over here. Let's go ahead and take out. Okay, I've actually taken too much damage here. What I'm actually going to do is show off the water fountain here. Go ahead and grab this chest as well. And so this water fountain, if you click yes, you can not revive, but instantly restore all of your lost hit points. And you can check your hit points anytime by pressing the square button in status. So yeah, so we have a little bit more stronger defense. Attack and defense are at 15. So what I like to do is to explore this area, though there's a lot of dead ends. Like that way is a dead end. We do have to take that guy out in order to receive a very key item. There is a chest up here. There is an enemy over here, which is a snake that leads to that staircase that we'll be doing right now in a bit. There's also that, which is basically like the boss area. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out. We gotta do things at a time. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out this guy because he will come in handy later. Because enemies don't respawn in this game; they just simply disappear. And so make sure that you make sure that when you run into enemies and you're gonna hold the attack button, that you hold it before you attack the enemy, because there is a second delay, and so you might result in getting a unlucky shot that you didn't want. But anyways, I took quite a bit of damage there, so let's go ahead and head back over here to the waterfall. So like I said before, you're gonna want to take out this guy because you cannot progress until you do. Also notice that when you move, you also stop attacking. So I have to play it really safe. Yeah, I wasn't playing it very safe. Uh, uh, Problem is I don't like to use the holding in this game because of how slow it is and unresponsive it is. Like I said, there is second delays in the attack, so I'm just gonna go back to my original form of attacking, which is button mashing. But it's gotta be right, you know. It's gotta be right. So button mashing tactic, you can actually give off more damage than before, and so that's why I'm gonna go back and result to that because it's a lot more helpful. So over here around this corner, let me go ahead and to go back to heal one more time because I don't want to use my bread just yet. I'm gonna need that for later parts of the game because it's really hard to come across bread. You don't come across it very often, but we will be coming across some bread actually pretty soon. Um, and it's a really valuable item in this game. So make sure that you always got like at least a piece of bread on you wherever you go for any platforming section. So you got to be really frugal about how you use it. Um, okay, so let's go ahead and take on these guys. These guys are not hard. They do have a range where they can attack you before you get to them, but they're fairly easy enemies and can be wiped out. By the time I wiped out every enemy, I should at least have 36 experience points. So there's a few more enemies I need to kill. Right here, there's a tricky part because this guy right here is 5 enemies in one. You just want to run. Do not engage this guy. You will lose. And so we can't go past this door yet, but we can open this chest here and take the item in here. And what this item does is basically makes you a little bit stronger. And so we're gonna have to talk to this guy because obviously he's creepy. He's missing his fucking eye. I think he gives you advice. I'm never sure what he tells you. I think he wants you to give him something, but I can never understand that part of the game. So right here, I gotta bait this guy outwards. So I just like to move around in sporadic ways, continually to get close to him. And okay, I'm just gonna engage him and then run. And like I said, you can't run over enemies. I might have to fight him, though I doubt it'll be a good idea. Well, I did it. For first timers, you probably would have the most trouble ever. Um, but I just figured I was never going to be able to pass them up unless I did. But I did have to use one of my breads. So like I said, they really come in handy for very specific parts in this game. Um, so try not to use them too much because, over usage of it will definitely lead you to getting killed. So okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys know that I checked out this area over here and we couldn't enter it before, but we can enter it now. So I'm going to open up that door and there's going to be 2 different routes we're going to be able to actually take here. That route, and if we go down here, down this way, We're gonna have to take out this guy real quick. Motherfucker! Why couldn't you stay still? Oh, and I didn't save. Let me see, where do I start off at? Ah, I didn't save. Alrighty, well, I guess that ends the first run. Yeah, I'll see you guys back with part 2 of this. We'll go ahead and handle the second run of this part. I forgot to actually save like that. But there's also an eternal where you can save like that, which I should have been doing, but alrighty. I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this game. If you guys have, make sure to like, subscribe, give me some feedback, and when I see you guys with part 2, we'll continue on to the second part of this game. As always, fans, till next time. Bye bye.